Okay.
Start. I pressed
All
the
right,
stupid button.
Okay, I can see it starting. The red light is on. Hi, Destry. I'm Dylan, and this is my version of my favorite movies. And my friend Hannah, who's filming.
Howdy.
So we separated the movies that we kind of that I own into 4 categories. We have the comedy category, the little like drama category, which is really small, and the kind of childhood category, and the just plain awesome category. So let's start with the comedy category. First comedy movie, The Hangover. It's probably one of the funniest movies I have ever seen. All right, number 2 in like the comedy-ish section, The Goonies, 1985 movie. It's probably my favorite movie of all time because it is absolutely hilarious. What's so
I had
funny?
coffee, okay? I don't do well with caffeine. I'm sorry.
I would just watch this movie, okay? It's a really good movie, and I love it, and watch The Goonies. Okay. Next is Arsenic and Old Lace. This movie is from, I think it's from 1948. It's black and white. It has Cary Grant. He goes to his aunt's house, and he's about to leave when he finds a dead body in the windowsill. And that his aunts are actually really crazy and have been killing people because they think that they're doing people a favor. And they've been like poisoning them. They have like a room for rent, and all these old men come to get the rooms or whatever, saying, "Oh, I have no one in my life has no purpose." "Oh, really? You know? Oh, why'd you sit down for a nice glass of sherry?" And then they poison them and kill them, and they bury them in the basement. And because they get their nephew, who thinks that he's Teddy Roosevelt, to bury them, and they say that it's a victim of yellow fever, and so have to go down to Panama, which is the basement, to go bury them. And then the main character's other brother shows up, and he's actually a serial killer, and he came there to kind of hide from the police. And anyway, it's really, really dramatic and like violent for a movie from 1948 that's black and white, but I would definitely watch Arsenic and Old Lace. One of my favorite movies. Okay, now to the drama sections. Alright, whatever. This one's kind of a mix between a comedy and a drama. It's called Secondhand Lions. I have been watching these movies for like 7 years or whatever, and it's about this kid whose mother drops him off with his great uncles for the summer because she pretty much ditches him there. And they take him in, and they live on this farm. His uncles are completely crazy, and he starts learning more about like what they did during their life when they lived in Africa and were like these crazy, awesome safari guys or whatever. And anyway, and they adopt a lion, and it's just a really, really cute movie. I don't know what kind of movie it is. Maybe it's a comedy, maybe it's a drama. Not sure. Watch it. Okay, this movie is called Finding Neverland. Whatever. So it's about the guy who wrote Peter Pan and his relationship with his family and the people who inspired him to write Peter Pan, which is also one of my favorite movies. But I don't own it, so it's not in this list.
You don't own Peter Pan?
I don't own Peter Pan. I know.
Good Lord, Dylan.
I know. Okay, childhood movies.
Naughty.
Now this is Hannah's pick. Matilda.
I love that movie so much.
All right, now you're going to talk about it because I don't want to talk about it.
This is Matilda. It's probably the greatest movie of all time because, I mean, she glues a hat to this guy's head. I mean, come on, get real. That's just epic. And she's 5 years old, and she spends her day at the library. She's just a total nerd and with magical powers, and you just have to love it. I mean, come on. Really, you have to love it. And that's pretty much it. Also my pick, Beauty and the Beast. This movie never gets old. This movie is just epic. Watch it. If you haven't seen it, then you live under a rock. Your turn. Give me the camera.
Robin Hood, best movie, like one of the best animated movies ever. It's from 1973, and it's pretty much a story of Robin Hood, except with like little woodland creatures and foxes.
No one says woodland.
I say woodland. And now we have The Great Mouse Detective, which is officially the best like kids movie on the face of the earth. It's like Sherlock Holmes, except with mice. It's with mice. And then Professor Ratigan, who's played by Vincent Price. Yes, this movie is a must watch. Must watch. Okay, now we get to the section of the movies that are just plain awesome.
They don't have a category.
They don't have
their
a category.
is awesome.
Their category is awesome.
And you don't need a category besides awesome.
You don't. Okay, this movie's Labyrinth. I think this movie's from 1988. It's got David Bowie, and he plays the Goblin King who captures this girl's...
He has some pretty snazzy hair there.
He has some pretty snazzy hair, although...
Let's
really
zoom in on his snazzy hair. That is
hair.
like... That's lovely.
And so this girl has to travel through this labyrinth to try and get her little brother back because apparently David Bowie is in love with her, which is really creepy because he was like 43 in this movie and she was like 16.
Good lord.
I know. It has some really good songs in it too because they're all like David Bowie songs from the 80s. Alright. Now, this movie, everyone knows this movie is awesome.
It's epic.
It's epic. Sherlock Holmes. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
yeah.
If you don't like this movie, I don't know.
We want to slaughter you.
We'll slaughter you.
Watch you bleed and die on the floor.
And everyone knows what Sherlock Holmes is about. You know, Sherlock Holmes, the really awesome crime-fighting, action-packed...
And look at Watson's face there. I mean, that just says it all. Doesn't matter how old Robert Downey Jr. is, he is still pretty sexy.
This is, yes.
That is
so much, yes.
I mean, oh my god.
Oh, yes. So he's always, like, contemplating of how, like, he's going to incapacitate a guy. He's like, oh, ha, 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 ha. And the guy's like, slam. And so... Since that we are Harry Potter nerds, we had to put at least one Harry Potter movie in here. So
we put in our favorite.
Prisoner of Azkaban.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Anyway.
Enough said.
Enough said. I mean, Lupin, dude, he's so cool. He's just like all werewolfy and mysterious, and then Snape is creeping on all the children as usual.
Snape is always creeping on all the children.
Snape is always creeping on the children, I know.
He's Alan Rickman.
He's Alan Rickman. Another movie in the really, really awesome movie section is Pirates of the Caribbean.
The first one.
Not the second or the third one.
No.
Although we do enjoy the series.
Of course.
Of course, it's Pirates of the Caribbean.
Black Pearl. Gotta love it.
Yes, gotta love the Black Pearl. I mean, you've got action. You've got Johnny Depp.
Ooh.
Just pause for that awesomeness. And the last of the awesome movies, which was probably one of the most awesome movies of all time.
It is the most awesome movie of all time.
It is the most awesome movie of all time. Nightmare Before Christmas. I mean, it's just so awesome. And of course, the Oogie Boogie Man, who's a really good villain. He's just, yeah. And it's a Tim Burton movie, and everyone loves this movie, pretty much. Unless you're really weird. But, yeah.
Enough said.
Enough said.
Turning this off now.
Yep, the end.
Goodbye.